Hey guys, hope you are doing great. If you want to apply for Canadian permanent residency and trying to find out what immigration programs you can apply for, then this video is for you guys. As you know guys, there are so many different ways to get the Canadian permanent residency, but I will cover some of the most common and easiest ways. Okay guys, here are some of the pathways that we are going to discuss in this video. First is family sponsorship. If you are a Canadian permanent resident or citizen and want to sponsor your family member, then this is for you. Second is express entry. It is a point-based system. Next is the Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, allow Canadian provinces to nominate individuals and who wish to immigrate to Canada and who are interested in settling in a particular province. Then QSWP, Quebec Skilled Worker Program, offers immigration to skilled or semi-skilled people to the Quebec region in Canada. Startup Visa. Canada Startup Visa program targets immigrant entrepreneurs with skills and potential to build business in Canada. Next is Investor Program. It offers you immigration if you invest a certain amount of money in Canada. Final pathway is self-employed. Self-employed people in cultural activities, artists, performers, musicians can apply for this program. Okay, so let's talk more about test equivalency chart. The chart shown here is the conversion of CLB level to IELTS score. However, to be eligible for permanent resident, an applicant can give IELTS or CELPIP to assess English skills in English language and TEF for French language. In short, you are free to give any of the exam. However, in this video I will be more focusing on English since most of people are comfortable with IELTS. Also guys, CELPIP is conducted in Canada only, so people in Canada on work, study or any other legal visa can give CELPIP. Okay, so let's start with the family sponsorship guys. A Canadian PR or citizen may be able to sponsor spouse or common law partner, parents, grandparents who want to become permanent resident of Canada. For example, if you get married to a permanent resident or Canadian citizen, you comes under family sponsorship and it is the easiest way in terms of eligibility. Okay, parents and grandparents, you can apply permanent residency for them. So for that you have to submit an application to CIC that you want to sponsor your parents and or grandparents. CIC will randomly select and invite potential sponsor to move further, and it's an online system. Also guys, a frequent question asked by so many of my friends is that can a Canadian PR or citizen sponsor his or her brother, sister, nephew, niece, etc.? Answer is no, you cannot. So let's say you are a Canadian PR and you want to sponsor your brother or sister. No, you cannot sponsor them directly. So what does that mean is like there are some benefits to having your brother or sister as a Canadian PR. One example is in express entry, there are additional points if your brother or sister is living in Canada as a permanent resident or citizen. Under this program, however, you can sponsor them in case their parents are deceased and they are under 18 years of age and not married. Okay, so usual processing time for this family sponsorship is 12 months. Next is express entry. The express entry system is undoubtedly the most popular way of getting PR in Canada nowadays. It's a point-based system that reviews and select the candidates based on their submitted EOI, expression of interest, in the system. It mainly invites skilled workers, semi-skilled workers and offer PR visa in Canada to the selected candidates. You apply for express entry. Based on your profile, the system determines your eligibility for one of the program. For example, if someone is working in Canada from past year, the person is skilled worker, so then the system will decide the person can apply PR in CEC, Canada Experience Class, or comes under FSW, Federal Skilled Worker Program. So Express Entry manages applications for 3 economic immigration programs. As you can see on the screen, first is Federal Skilled Worker Program, FSWP, FSTP, Federal Skilled Trade Program, and then CEC, Canadian Experience Class. Okay guys, so let's talk about FSW, Federal Skilled Worker Program. Currently Canada has huge demand for skilled and experienced professionals, and this is what makes the FSW by far the most popular and fastest immigration pathway to Canada. Some examples of skilled workers are managers, doctors, architects, software engineers, industrial engineers, registered nurses, etc. Important to note, no job offer letter is required from any Canadian employer. So you should have at least 1 year of experience. No job offer is required. The experience that you gain, it should be a paid work. Then there is a minimum language level of CLB 7. If we convert it to IELTS, it will be 6 for reading, listening, writing, speaking for each section. So it's like at least 6 bands for each section. The work experience that you have, it should be in the same type of job as your primary NOC, National Occupation Classification, within the last 10 years. And you have to check if your job title comes under NOC list. The processing time for this program is, guys, 1 to 6 months. So there, even though if you apply it from India, I see some of people get this, get the PR under this program in 2 months, 1 month, and for some it took like 4 to 5 months. Another very important thing, guys, if you meet all these requirements, then you are eligible to create your Express Entry profile, and you can be in the Express Entry pool. But that doesn't mean that you can apply for the Canadian permanent residency, because the system itself will pick up the applications and there is a cutoff for that. So cutoff nowadays is approximately 440. It does not mean like it will be 440 is a fix. It's variable. Like maybe like 2 months ago it could be 450. In coming months it could be 480 or 420, it depends. But as an average it's 440. Now if you create your profile there, to give you a real scenario, if you have bachelor's in technology, then 3 years of experience approximately, again in technology, then you have 6 bands in each section, which makes you eligible. Then your points will be 360 or 370. So now you can see like your points are 360 and 370, but you need 440 to get the PR. Now how you can achieve that? You can achieve that by increasing your IELTS band. So if you get like 8,777, 8 in listening and 7 in writing, 7 in speaking and 7 in reading, then your points will probably be more than 400. And if you have masters in technology or MBA, then your points would be around 460 with 8,777 bands. So this is how you calculate it. Okay guys, next is FSTP. FSTP is Federal Skilled Trade Program. It is for people who want to become permanent resident of Canada based on being qualified in skilled trade. Let's see what's the eligibility. So first of all, you should plan to live outside the province of Quebec, because Quebec has its own immigration system. then you should secure at least reading 3.5, listening 5, speaking 5, and 4 bands in writing. You should have at least 2 years of full-time work experience. Again, that should be a paid work experience. Your job should come under NOC, National Occupation Classification list. You should have a certificate from Canadian Provisional, Territorial, or Federal Authority. So if you don't have certificate, then you are not eligible for this program. To get a certificate, the Provisional, Territorial, or Federal Trades Authority must assess your trade experience and skills to decide if you are eligible to write an exam to be certified. And all these things will happen in Canada. So the processing time is approximately 1 to 6 months for this program. Okay guys, so last sub-program under Express Entry is CEC, Canada Experience Class. As we can guess it from the program name, this stream has been designed for those who have at least 1 year of experience in any one of the Canada's industry. The application and selection process is similar to that of FSWP. Profile must be made online, and then the applicant must go through the Express Entry draw. So in short, this program is for them who have at least 1 year of experience in Canada, so they can apply for this program. To eligible, you must have at least 12 months of skilled work experience in Canada in the last 3 years. You have gained your work experience in Canada with proper authorization. You should come under NOC list 0A and B. So if person comes under NOC skill type 0 or A, then CLB 7 is required. As you know that we are more focusing on IELTS here, so it will be 6 bands, at least 6 band in each section. Whereas if the person job comes under NOC B, then the CLB 5 is required, which is 4 in reading, 5 in listening, 5 in speaking, and 5 in writing. So one another important thing, guys, I will highly recommend you to check your job in your job title or your roles and responsibilities in NOC list. You can find out the NOC list from the CIC website. So so there is a search filter actually, so you can just type your job title there and you can see in which category your job comes in. For example, if your job comes in skill type 0, probably you will be doing a manager job like restaurant manager, mine manager, shore captains. If your job comes in under skill level A, then probably you should be doing a professional job which requires a degree from a university like doctors, dentists, architects, engineers. And finally, if your job comes under skill level B, then probably you should be doing a technical job or skilled trade that needs a training or college diploma, for example chef, plumbers, electricians. Let's talk about PNP, Provisional Nominee Program. Perhaps this is the second most popular immigration pathway to Canada. PNPs offer applicant the unique opportunity to move to one of the Canada's many provinces with or without a job offer. Each province usually has its own guidelines and process which will need to be completed for proper application, processing, and selection. Moreover, most of the provinces in Canada have a PNP through which they invite the candidates with right skills and experience as per the demand of their labor market and economy. Okay, so in short, there could be a possibility when Ontario said, okay, we need some more engineers in our province. So let's say Ontario need mechanical engineers in their province. So Ontario will actually send invitation to mechanical engineers in Express Entry system. So, and there are good chances that those mechanical engineers has less points than 440, because otherwise they could have already been in the express entry profile system and could be in the process of getting the PR. But there could be a possibility or good chances when the points are not 440, it could be like 400 or less than that. So in that case, the Ontario will send nominations to those people and invite them to apply in their province. And the primary reason to do that is like Ontario will get the mechanical engineers, and there will be a faith between an applicant and province, Ontario in this case, that you will not leave that province in 2 years. So it depends province to province, like for how long you have to live in that particular province. For example, for Ontario, it's 2 years. So it means like if you get the PNP, if you get the permanent residency through PNP, then you have to spend at least 2 years in that province. Here are some of the province programs. BC PNP, British Columbia PNP, SINP, Saskatchewan Immigration Nominee Program, Ontario Immigration Nominee Program, NBPNP, New Brunswick and Nominee Program, Alberta PNP, Manitoba PNP. So processing time for to get the get the approval letter from province is 1 to 6 months usually. So in some of the cases, if you get invitation from a province, then you have to submit online application with that province. And once you get the approval, you will get additional 600 points in your existing express entry score. Then your application will process under express entry system, and you will have fairly high chances of getting the PR because of additional 600 points. Okay. In short, guys, let's say you are a mechanical engineer. You got the invitation, from British Columbia. So all you have to do is like you have to go to the British Columbia's website, immigration website, and then apply for the nomination, and tell them that you got the invitation. So there will be an online system to do it. So once you submit your application, they will check all your details, including education, work experience letter, each and everything. And once it is done, which usually take like 2 to 6 months, then you will get your nomination and nomination approval letter by mail also. Once you get the nomination approved, that will automatically shows in the express entry, and then the 600 points will also add in your express entry. So like I said before, if you're a bachelor with 3 years of experience with 6 band in each section, then you probably have 370 score, but addition to 370 there will be extra 600, so it's now 970. So 970 will be your total score, and obviously you will come under cutoff system, which is usually 440 as an average, and you will get the permanent residency in again 1 to 6 months. Okay, so the BC PNP, the BC Provisional Nominee Program is a way for high demand foreign workers and experienced entrepreneurs to gain permanent residence in BC. For example, guys, here you can see at the first there is a skilled worker. The top left, the first tab is for skilled worker. To qualify for skilled worker under BC PNP, you must first accept a valid job offer from a BC employer. You also need relevant training and experience. So this screenshot I took it from the BC's immigration website. Same way, guys, there are different PNP programs as you see here. You can, I would say, go ahead and check out all these programs. Here is the snapshot for Ontario's nomination program, OINP. Every province has its own immigration website. Alright guys, so let's talk about QSWP, Quebec Skilled Worker Program. First of all guys, Quebec is a bilingual province where people speak both English and French language, and actually official language is French. So having proficiency in French language can be helpful in attaining more points. It offers immigration to the Quebec region in Canada. You may apply for Quebec Skilled Worker Program under online system. And as I have mentioned in the points here, the QSWP is a separate immigration program of the Quebec province in Canada. So yes, so first of all you have to get the certificate of selection from the Quebec government. So once you get that certificate, then you can go back to apply your PR to IRCC. Okay, so more about the Quebec Skilled Worker Program. Let's talk about a bit. Minimum points to eligible are 50 for single and 59 for married. Minimum IELTS band required are reading 4 and 5 in listening, speaking, writing. Job offer letter is not required, but having a job will be an addition to the points. You must have financial self-sufficiency, which is $3,135 per single, and $4,597 for couple, and this could be more in case you have children, and obviously these are Canadian dollars. Skill level D occupations are not eligible for this program. So for example, fruit pickers, cleaning staff, and other labor jobs comes under skill level D. So and definitely you will find out all the information from Quebec's immigration portal. Okay, next is startup visa. Canada startup visa program targets immigrant entrepreneurs with the skills and potential to build business in Canada. Okay guys, to be eligible for this startup visa program, you must have a qualifying business, have a letter of support from designated organization. Minimum language requirement is CLB 5 in either English or French, and then you should have enough money to settle. So usually the processing time is 24 months. Why this program is there is because like there are some people those have like very good idea or innovative idea, and then they actually show that idea to designated organization, and then they those organizations will give a letter of support. Okay, so next is investor program. The Immigrant Investor Program IIP aims to have experienced business people contribute to Canada's growth and long-term prosperity by investing in Canada's economy. Investors must show that they have business experience first of all, then have a net worth of at least $1.6 million Canadian dollars, and then they should invest at least 800k Canadian dollars or $8 lakh in Canada. Finally, self-employed. To qualify as a self-employed person, you must have 2 years of relevant experience and show that you intend to become self-employed in Canada. Also guys, you have to get at least 35 points from CIC's 5 selection criteria and point system. Usually the relevant experience should be in cultural activities or athletics. Cultural activities includes jobs generally seen as part of Canada's artistic or cultural fields. For example, authors, writers, creative and performing artists, musicians, painters, creative designers, craftspeople. Yeah, so there is a huge list for self-employed people, and the processing time is usually 24 months. Okay, so that's it guys. So thank you for watching this video. Feel free to post your questions in the comment. And guys, if you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to watch the upcoming videos. Alright guys, have a good time. Bye bye.